All right, so let's just find comfortable seated position. We'll just spend a minute letting our sit bones sink into the ground, becoming aware of our posture, and bringing attention to the breath. On the next breath, let's inhale our arms up to the sky and interlace the fingers. Exhale over to the right side. Inhale, center, and exhale, left. Inhale, center, slight back bend. And then we'll start to reach the hands forward on the mat in front of us and walk them out. Let's walk our hands over to the right side. And back to center. And to the left. And back to center. And then we'll start to slowly walk the hands up to our tall torso. And let's do some neck circles. So starting by dropping the left ear to the left shoulder, looking up, right ear to right shoulder, and then chin to chest. You can take these at your own pace. And let's switch directions. And slowly, let's bring that back to stillness into our neutral spine. And we'll take some shoulder circles, so lifting the shoulders up and down the spine. Just gently waking that joint up. And then we'll bring that to stillness. From here, let's place our hands on the mat and swing the legs around to tabletop position. And we'll start with our cat cow. So dropping the stomach and looking up into cow and arching the back, tucking the tailbone and the chin cat. And you're welcome to take these to your own breath. Maybe starting out with smaller, slower movements. And on the next breath, we'll bring that to stillness. Let's take some hip circles here. So just swing your legs around to one side, and front, the other side, and back. At your own pace, you can make these movements as big or as small as you want. Let's switch directions. And then we'll slowly bring that back to stillness, back to our neutral spine. Let's tuck the toes here and lift the hips into a downward facing dog. It's our first downward dog of today. If you'd like to walk out the feet, you're welcome to do that. And on your next breath, we'll start to straighten the torso and the legs into a plank pose. You're welcome to be here on your hands and your feet or on your knees, whichever one. Just we're looking for a long straight line. And on the next breath, let's drop the knees to the mat, bring the toes together and drop the hips into a child's pose. And on the next breath, let's start to lift up onto our hands and knees in a tabletop position. We'll tuck the toes and lift the hips into a downward dog. Let's inhale the right leg up to the sky. and step it forward into a lunge. We can drop the back knee here, untuck the toes. We'll inhale, arms up to a crescent lunge. And exhale into the mat. We'll start to straighten that front leg, moving the hips back into a reverse lunge. And we'll bend that front knee again. Tuck the back toes. And we'll step back to a plank. One long straight line. Just a little core workout for this morning. And we'll drop the knees to the mat, bring the toes together, and let the hips fall into a child's pose. On your next inhale, we'll start to lift back up onto our hands and knees. And tuck the toes into a downward facing dog. Let's inhale the left leg to the sky. And step it forward into a lunge. On the next breath, we'll drop the back knee, untuck those toes, and lift the torso and the arms to a crescent pose. And we'll exhale those hands to the mat. And start to straighten that front leg, moving the hips back into a reverse lunge. On the next breath, we'll start to bend that front knee again, walking the hands forward. We'll tuck the back toes and step back to a plank. Last plank. And on the next breath, let's drop those knees to the mat and drop the hips into a child's pose. On the next inhale, let's lift up our hips onto our hands and knees. And from here, we'll swing those legs around and come on to our sits bones, our legs out in front of us. And Tadasana. If you have a block or a cushion or something that you'd like to sit on, now is the time to grab it. I'll actually grab mine too. All right. And from here, let's inhale, arms up to the sky. And exhale, hinging from the hips, we'll fold over legs. And seated half lift. Exhale into our forward fold. And slowly walk the hands back to our tall torso. Here, we'll inhale the right knee to our chest. I'll just spend a minute hugging that into your chest. If you want, you're welcome to move that right foot over the left. And you're welcome to stay here, or you're welcome to add a little bit of a spinal twist into that, reaching the right arm around towards the back. And on the exhale, we'll release, coming back to our forward facing position. And let that right leg stretch out in front of you. We'll inhale the left leg to your chest. And you're welcome to stay here, or you're welcome to bring that foot over the right leg. And once again, you're welcome to stay here, or if you'd like, you can reach that left arm behind you for a little bit of a spinal twist. And we'll bring that back to center. Let's release that left leg straight out in front of us. And let's walk our legs out to the sides, however far is comfortable for you. Start by inhaling our arms up to the sky and exhale for a seated wide-legged forward fold. Let's walk those hands over to the right side. And back to center. And to the left side. And back to center. On the inhale, let's walk our hands back to our tall torso. Let's bring our right arm up to the sky, left hand reaching over towards the left toes. So hopefully we're getting a side body stretch as well as the stretch in our legs. Let's inhale back through center and exhale that right hand towards the right toes, left arm overhead. And inhale back to center. Let's bring our feet together in front of us. For cobbler's pose, we can hold on to the ankles or the big toes here. Letting our knees fall to the mat. Then we'll walk the feet out just a little bit further. And feel free to fold over your feet. And on the inhale, let's walk our hands back up to our tall torso. We'll have about 5 minutes for a little like meditation or shavasana, whatever you choose. You're welcome to find an easy seat here. Or another option is to swing those legs around and spread your knees wide on the mat, dropping in the child's pose for a few minutes. So whatever you choose, just bring your attention to your breath. Letting all other thoughts leave your mind. And just give your mind this time of stillness before you start your day. On your next breath, let's start to bring the awareness back to the body. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. If you're in child's pose, let's start to slowly walk the hands up to the knees. I'll swing the legs around into a seated position. Just take a second to get comfortable here. And we'll inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale them to heart center. Thank you guys for coming in so early and practicing with me. Namaste.